Tola met her husband in Lagos, Nigeria on a Friday night at a social club. She works as a nursing officer and he works for a construction company. It was instant attraction. She gave him her phone number, but she gave him the wrong number mistakenly. So she didn't see him or hear from him for several weeks. Then they bumped each other again. And from that moment, they were pretty inseparable. The relationship moved very quickly. Tola and Doric got married within 3 months. It just flowed. And it seemed like the natural thing for them to do. Tola gave birth to her son 2 years after they got married. But Tola also had an elder son, so she returned to the UK to be with him. Tola and Derrick's marriage was long distance, but it worked because it suited them. Tola and Derrick text all day because they were that in love. But in 2011, Derrick went to Dubai to work, while Tola stayed in the UK, and Derrick's behavior began to change. Derrick cited the pressures of work, which meant he couldn't come home as regularly as he normally would. So he would come back in short bursts for short visits as opposed to coming for 2 weeks or 3 weeks at a time. It didn't make Tola suspicious, but it affected their relationship. Derrick told Tola he was just feeling depressed and that he was struggling living in Dubai. One of the reasons for his depression was that he wasn't getting home as frequently. Derrick was scheduled to come home for Christmas. On December 22nd, he was due home. He rang Tola to say, "Don't come to the airport. I'm not coming. I'm so depressed. I've seen a counselor who has advised that I don't come home." Derrick finally arrived in January and point blank refused to discuss his depression with Tola. That fueled a massive argument between them. That's when he left the house, and that was the last time Tola saw him and the boys also. Tola presumed he'll come back, but he didn't. He didn't answer his phone. Tola was really concerned, so she rang the car hire company Derrick had used when he came home in January and made inquiries. The reception lady said he returned the car, but she also said, "I remember him from Christmas when he hired the other car." So the lady said, "I can help you. It seems like it's registered to an address in the West Midlands." So the lady gave Tola the address, which after Tola expressed concerns about Derrick's mental health. With the help of some friends who have been invaluable assistant detectives, Tola found out that the man who lived at the address worked for a company with offices in Muscat. Tola thought, "He's so depressed. I don't think he will have the mental capacity to deal with an affair and keep all that secret." So she let it go. Tola eventually made contact with Derrick and told him, "I thought if you can walk away from the family home without saying goodbye to your son who was in the house, then you don't belong here as part of this family." So Tola started the divorce proceedings. Tola didn't know the truth for another year. Tola rang the number given to her by the taxi company, and this time a woman answered. Tola asked the lady if she knows any Derrick, and the lady answered, "He is married to my sister." Tola began shaking so violently when the lady said that. Tola asked, "Is this the same Derrick from Liverpool?" And Tola described Derrick, and the lady said, "Yes," and asked who Tola was. "I am his wife," said Tola, and there was literally silence at the other end of the phone. I was in disbelief. How could he have married someone else while he was married to her? Somehow, as a woman, as a mother, Tola reassured herself that she needs to carry on. Of course, at this point, Tola didn't know anything about the relationship or how long they had been married, so she informed her solicitor. The lady had told Tola that Derrick told them that they had been divorced for some time and that she was this crazy individual who was acting maliciously. Found out that he was remarrying. Some days later, it was in the middle of the night. Tola couldn't sleep. She felt she needed to know more. Tola went through Facebook and found Derek's new wife's page and clicked on it. Her profile picture was her in a wedding dress kissing Derek. That was when Tola saw that they were married 2 months after he had been home. Tola was so shocked. She just kept looking at the pictures with tears flowing down her face. Derek was sentenced for bigamy. He got 6 months in prison. Tola realized Derek Bigamo's wife was very much a victim, but in a different way. He had presented himself as a divorced man when they met, Tola told herself. Tola wrote Derek's wife a very short, polite letter and sent a document from the court hearing, and it reads, I am so sorry that you have entered into a bigamous marriage with my husband. I am sure this is difficult for you to read, as it is for me to write. He is a master of his craft, master of deception and deceit. I think part of it is the need for men like him to manipulate and control. He probably really get off on that, Tola wrote. Why would he plan to destroy his family? His son hasn't seen his face for 6 years. I don't know why he didn't take the simple option of just saying, I'm going to divorce you. Tola reflects on why Derek would take the path of destruction and deliberately hurt his family. Tola feels grateful that he is out of her life. Tola has met someone who gets on really well with her sons, and the person is really lovely and makes her happy. So guys, this is the end of this short story. What do you think? Do you think love is enough to keep a man? Or do you think a man who wants to stay will stay, or a man who wants to leave will leave? Guys, please write something on the comment section. Let's have a conversation. And don't forget to like this video. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.